You know, most men keep asking where can they meet women outside of bars and clubs and things like that. But the question, if you're asking that question, it proves that you're already behind in the game. So I want to lace you guys up. See, the thing is, for many of you guys out there, if you actually want to find a woman, I'm going to show you a way with the 4th of July game to actually position yourself, and not only position yourself, but just where you are, even at your job. I mean, you got it made. I mean, you're already at your job, so everything is locked in place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down how you can not only secure exclusive access to some of your workers, girlfriends, and things like that, but they're going to be the ones to invite you to all that stuff. So it's all about the 4th of July parties. And why we're doing this right now is because it's a process that we've got to build you up to do. Usually we do this in December, but you know, we still got a month, and a month is enough time. And you don't have to ever worry about cold approaching. You don't have to worry about being awkward. And you definitely don't have to worry about chasing or anything like that. And the reason why I'm showing you guys, see, if you think about bars and you think about clubs and everything, that's kind of its own little battlefield to itself. But the thing about the 4th of July game that I love the most is that it's actually your open sandbox. It's where the social wall is going to come down, where the weather is up, the drinks are flowing, and the women are surrounded by all of their friends, relaxed, looking like they're enjoying themselves, and they're not like triggered by being approached by a stranger or anything like that. And this is a good thing. And the best thing about all of this is that you're not even going to put your bid in. This is not even about approaching, and this is not about the bid. This is about getting another level of an invite, gentlemen, another level of an invite. So let's go ahead and lay down all the facts real quick. And the thing is that if you think about daytime barbecues, pool parties, and beach gatherings, or any kind of gathering out there, you're always going to have mixed groups of people having open conversations and hanging out and everything. And the beautiful thing about that is two things. Everybody is casual, number one, but everybody is not on guard, meaning that they're laid back and they have their hair down, number one. But also, number two, the majority of the guys that are trying to go there are not going to get laced in the game that I'm giving you guys right there. You see, most guys blow this whole thing trying to pick women up at parties, and that's not how we run the game. We are already in the photos before the event even starts, and I'm going to show you this level of game. So let's break it all down into the phases. The first phase is you're a few weeks out right now. So this is the first phase. You're a few weeks out. So your prep is going to start right now here in June, okay? And the thing is that you just got to start identifying the women that you want to actually interact with. And those are going to be secretaries, administrative, you know, just the women at the cubicle, you know, the ones that you say hi to all day, every day, okay? The thing that you have to understand that the women in office spaces, wherever you're at, I don't care. It could be an office, it could be Walmart, it's wherever you go, okay? So the beautiful thing about it is that you're going to be put in a position where everybody's a familiar face, okay? So you want to make sure that who you talk to is in your area where you work, okay? And the thing is that you're not going to flirt. You're going to continue doing the same thing you were doing before you did this. I would call it like your Clark Kent, where you just going in there with a Clark Kent look, where you're not showing women your super suit yet. You're just going in there being basic, because we've got to create a ripple effect, which we'll talk about later on. But because you're the guy that is going to be the one at the end of the day that they're going to want you to be a part of that. And we're going to break all that down. So now we got to move to the next phase, what I call phase 1.5. And it is creating the narrative, creating the drama, creating the intrigue by going and finding happy hour people. So I want you to understand this. So if you think about high school, jobs are nothing but high school cliques. Everybody's clicked up, just like high school. You got guys that love sports that go to the bar. You have people that smoke that go downstairs and take smoke breaks together. You got drama queens. You got a little bit of everything. But there's one group that I always keep trying to tell you, and it is the happy hour group. That's the one we're going to go after right there, the happy hour group, and I'll explain why. What you want to do, and the thing about happy hour is nothing more than a group of salty ass people going to a mid club, because it's a place to hang out, have drinks, but also meet other women from other different businesses all coming together. And this is usually between 4 and 7 o'clock. It's not like a club, but it's just an adult place where people can let their hair down and meet other people, okay? So it's kind of like a mid club if you think about it. And the beautiful thing about it is that what you want to do is you want to get involved with the happy hour group. That's what you want to do, okay? Now, see, here the problem is that where most guys are lazy, this is where you're going to turn the volume up, and you're intentionally going to show up at the happy hours thing, okay? And this is not about drinking or anything like that. This is going to go ahead and create the gossip and everything you need to trigger the ripple effect that we're talking about right now. The thing is that I want you to do when you go to happy hour with that, whatever group you go out to, is I want you to then show out. And what do I mean by show out? What I mean by showing out is when you get there, I want them to watch you talk to the women. I want them to watch you interact with women. And matter of fact, if you can, I want them to watch you leave with the woman if you can actually do that. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Just the interaction alone is going to trigger something in everybody. Why? Because here's the most important thing that you want to create. You want to create rumors, okay? What you have to understand about rumors, especially office gossip, is that rumors travel fast in female circles, and that's it. When the receptionist starts to laugh at you the next day, when the women start to say to you, "Oh, I heard about you. Oh, I heard what you did last night," you then have just changed everything. Now you got one foot in the door, because what's going to happen is that every woman is going to have a certain kind of interpretation of you, meaning that, okay, well, I remember him. He's the average guy that does average things. You know, he's the average guy that, hold on, let me go over a little bit. So he's the average guy that he's the nice guy, the decent guy. You know, he's the kind guy that, he's safe, right? You want them to make you think that you're the safe person, which is what we want. But the beautiful thing about what I'm saying is now you're going to be on everybody's radar, okay? And that's what's the most important thing we want to do, is be on the radar. And what happens is, in a rule of parties is this: when you are exciting, when you're exciting, and when you're fun, and when you're laid back, and when a woman can recognize you're actually the life of the party, what's going to happen is it makes them look good when they invite people that are interesting people. There's something in the sauce when you can actually be the one to say, man, I got somebody that I want y'all to meet. And women get excited over the new guy, and that can be you. And like I said before, they want to look good. And they want somebody who has an elevated energy to make their friends come up to them and be like, who did you meet? Where did you meet this guy at? And by the time you are even at the 4th of July party, which you guys don't understand, is that the women already are going to know about you. And that's the crazy thing about it, because this is the thing that's going to make you look good on a social level. And most people don't even understand that. You're going to be talked about already, because when you're that guy, what's going to happen is women are going to start telling their friends, like, you know what, I got somebody new. Now remember, guys, and I'm going to break down the save the date so you get more understanding on that. But because you're going to make her look socially good, they're going to want you to be a part of this. Now we got to move from 1.5 to phase 2, and that is all about what I call gathering information, okay? Now it's time to gather intel on the woman, and the way that you kind of like gather intel. Let me see, hold on. Let me go this way. Hold on, shoot. I went the wrong way. The way you gather intel is by actually asking questions. You know, the intel is, you know, you already got the rumors swirling around that you're a 608. You're the kind of guy that, you know, that talks to a lot of women. So what's going to happen is that you're going to go around gathering intel by asking, okay, do you have any plans for the 4th of July? Okay, are you guys hosting anything? Now watch this. Now there are going to be women who are, number one, going to host. And then they're going to be women who are going to be going to these things. And even if they're going, they will still invite you off of GP because you're the guy, okay? So as you're asking and being very playful with them, and remember, the tone is simple. You're not stressing. You're not tripping out or anything like that. You just ask, you know, y'all got anything going on? You organizing it and all this other stuff. It's going to be girls only. What's going to happen? Like, oh, no. We're going to have such and such. We're going to have a 4th of July. Now, watch this. Now, it's very important that y'all understand. When you deal with upper echelon people that have a little bit of money, right? The thing about these people, they have this thing called save the date. Now, let me explain that to a lot of you guys. Save the date is something that people have where they have an idea or where they want to get a head count of how many people are actually going to the event. So what they're going to do is they're going to send out invitations to everybody probably a week or 2 weeks before the 4th, just so they can get enough names down so they know how much drinks and hors d'oeuvres and all that other stuff they're going to need for the event itself. So it's pretty cool. And what's important is that they will allow new faces, and it's a great thing because at this point you're gathering details like a technician. And what's so cool about that is that you're the one that is going to be the one that's going to drive all the women to be excited because you're going to get hyped up. Really, you're going to get really hyped up. So it's very important that once you find out, it is at this point that you need to go ahead and say, okay, well, you know, you got this party. Let me see your IG. Let me see your friends. Let me see your friends on IG. And then once you're able to see your friends on IG, you're like, okay, I'm going to talk to that one. You let her know I'm coming. And they're going to start letting her friends know, hey, look, you remember there was that guy that I thought he was like a little, you know, kind of like not a little standoffish or anything like that, but he's really laid back. He's really fun. He's really excited. Well, he's coming to the party and he asked about you and they were like, what? Tell me about him. I'm telling you guys, it works every time. But as this is working, we must move to phase 3. And that is the positioning move when you're like 2 weeks out. Now listen, now here's the twist. It's not even a move. It's like, you're going to make a move, but it's going to feel like you're not even actually moving because you're going to have this game, okay? And what you're going to do is you're just going to go up to whoever you're going up to and find out, well, okay, now that you know that you're going, you know, do I need to bring anything? Now, here's the thing about the 4th of July parties that you have to understand. There are going to be 3 phases, so you can hit 3 different spots at one time. The first spot is going to be during the day. The second spot is going to be mid-evening, mid-afternoon. And then the last one, the best option that you have is going to be at night to do the fireworks itself. So you could kind of spread yourself to 3 different spots and still clean up. And remember, if you can't make it, you want to let the women know that, listen, I can't really stay too long because I have other prior engagements, but I'm going to make it my business to stop by. And I'm going to tell you why real quick. Because if you're doing all this right, you have just positioned yourself to get other invites. Because it's not just the 4th of July party. It's going to be the next barbecue. It's going to be the next game night. Whenever anybody is hosting something, they're going to want you to be there because they enjoy your time and your interaction. So when you're doing all this stuff, which moves us to the next part, again, remember, you're going in this thing like, you know, I'm not doing you a favor. You're doing, you know, you're not doing me a favor. I'm actually doing your one because remember, Most 4th of July parties and gatherings are basic and boring people. They're not fun, they're not exciting, and there's nothing special but you. You're gonna be the common denominator, and this is where all the excitement is gonna stem from. It's gonna stem from them saying, oh my God, we have somebody coming that is gonna be fun and exciting and all this other stuff. So they're already gonna see you as the fun guy in the room. And as you are being seen as the fun guy in the room, you're gonna get to have your pick, because all the women are gonna be wondering, like, guys, think of it like this. Y'all remember what it's like when you were in high school and the new girl came? Or when you were when you moved to a brand new school and then you were the new guy and all the girls wanted to know, well, that's the same thing that I'm gonna give you. It's that same energy, guys. It's actually the same thing. So now we gotta move to phase number 4. And this is what I'm calling securing the gate, man. Just making sure you got the party invite. Make sure you're laced up. Make sure you're smelling good, looking good, as I told you guys before. Make sure you brush your teeth, get your flossing going, get your tongue scraped, have your cologne on, smell good, look good, move good, because you're gonna be in proximity with a lot of women. So I wanna make sure that you have everything together and you have everything laced up, because the more you have everything together and everything laced up, again, you're gonna separate yourself from everything else, from everybody else, excuse me. And as you said before, you already got the kind of idea of all the friends that she has coming. So you have your kind of like pick of the litter. So that means when you go there, you already know where you're going, why you're going. You already know who you're going to meet, why you're going to meet them, and everything else. So you're kind of like set up. Now it's time for you to become this social butterfly and a connector. When you get in there, now watch this. Now remember the cool thing about the game is that she is going to be the one pushing out your virus to everybody. She's going to be so excited. She's going to be introducing you to everybody. That's the cool thing about it. She's going to be like, hey, I want, and she's going to grab your arm and walk you around and get you to meet all of her friends, man. It's like she's the host of the reality show, but you're the star, and they're going to do that. So then we got to look at the execution of the day. Now the prep, as I said before, so now that you look good and now that you smell good, we got all the prep work out of the way. Now it's time to get it going, dog. You don't have to worry about approaching like you guys do, what you shouldn't do. You don't even have to worry about your bid at this point, because what's going to happen is she's going to start to introduce you to all of her friends, okay? And the thing is that you're not being awkwardly pushed away or anything like that, but they're pulling you in. They already trust you, because remember, any woman that introduces a guy to her friends is someone the friends are going to trust faster, because the friend trusted them faster. And this is what's so good, man. You're not going to scramble for attention. You already become interesting, because every woman at your office that's bringing you in has already talked about you to their friends. And see, the thing is, most guys always show up empty-handed with no plan. But see, what you're doing is you got the momentum going your way. So here's the thing, man. This is what happens. See, on the 4th of July, it shifts everything with this level of the game, because now at this part of the game, you're part of multiple friend groups at this point. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why what's so good about it is how you're going to be invited now. So at this point on, you're going to be invited to all the gatherings. You're going to be invited for the game nights. If they go to clubs, parties, beaches, because they want you to kind of be part of the social circle, even though you're not going to be part of the social circle, but you're going to be circling around their chicks and their friends tapping. And that's the beautiful thing about the game, man. You're going to be doing things that her friend is not used to seeing you do. And you're going to get invited to a lot of places, man. And you're going to be the guy that all the women are comfortable with and the ones that they're curious about, okay? And when they ask for you to go somewhere, they expect you to show up, because you've already set the foundation of being a fun, interesting person. And that right there, gentlemen, actually changes up the whole entire game. Now let's look at the final keys to your victory, okay? So the final keys to the victory is, guys, you got to start doing this tomorrow, okay, or right now. And you can't, it's not, look, you cannot position yourself in one day. This is actually going to take a little bit of time and steps that you've got to actually process and do. But what I want you to always remember is make sure that you're always present, and make sure at the end of the day that you push who you are, not a crazy agenda. Always offer value and bring something to the table, and not just charm or anything like that. And allow her to introduce you to all of her friends while you work the room, and not just with one woman, okay? I want you guys to think long term, because after the 4th of July, you're gonna have Thanksgiving, you're gonna have Christmas, you'll have New Year's. And if you get in where you fit in right now, you're gonna be the one that they're gonna want you to be around. So I'm just preparing you for one thing to do several things. And then the final thing of all of this, I gotta drive, man, sorry. The final thing is this is not about getting lucky with women or anything like that. This is about being and positioning yourself as a man that has game. This is why we get the women easily, because we always strategically position ourselves in ways to win, okay? You just don't show up hoping that you actually connect to somebody. No, you've already connected to everybody. You've been seen, you've been discussed, you've been validated. And now the good thing is you're going to become desired by women. And at the end of the day, this is not just game. This is all about positioning yourself. And I'm telling you, once you get in, then it spins. It spins. Hey, we've got parties before, birthday parties, picnics, barbecues, beach parties, pool parties, and guess who they're gonna ask to come? They're gonna ask you to join. They're gonna say, oh, is that person, can he come? Or if they're in touch with you, they're gonna ask if you can go. But watch this. Just because you meet a woman off of your friend at the job, she's got her own set of friends. So you could keep pollinating this whole entire thing. It just doesn't end, gentlemen. But you know what's gonna end is this right here, this game right here. But guys, go ahead and click on this other link right here and soak up this other layer of the game, so y'all guys can keep pushing forward as men, man. You need to get at me at themanmindset@gmail.com. We go live damn near all day, every day. But gentlemen, soak up this game. You can win, man. I'll get at y'all later. Peace.